Okay, 3, 2, 1, and we're back in the room again, and I've got a fucking lock. Right, the auto lock on the thing is getting really, really annoying. It goes off like every 10 seconds. I'm constantly here, just trying to make it log off. Everything is fine.
Fine.
So, yeah, right. So we're still locked out of our band room.
It's been 3 days.
Help us!
We're still here.
Send water! Send supplies!
We've got plenty of water. It's like puddling out against that.
If we were starving, like who would be the first one to go? Would any of us like willingly offer ourselves up to be the meal for the other two, or do we have to fight?
Who's got the chunkiest legs?
Probably me, actually, so yeah,
Right,
crack
there we
on.
go. Barbecue.
Yeah, so
Lord of the Flies style.
I think at that point, like you'd probably be stronger as us because you still have all the fat on the bones.
Exactly.
Where we'd be wasting away, so I think we'd have to gang up to get the meal. Yeah, I think that's how it goes.
And then it's everyone for themselves.
Yeah. We're like a hair's breadth away from that. We're wasting away 3 days since 3 hours, three things. We're still locked out of our band room.
It's day 3, and we're still locked out of our band room. We're still locked out of our band room, and there are no signs of seagulls anywhere. Carry on.
Oh, good. Okay, so 2019, the year of life absurd. We start off performing our full show as Bodach. Meeting Bodach at Percys.
Percys, yeah.
Which was great. Again, fantastic light show. Bodach, great band.
We ended up headlining that one, didn't we? We started offering support.
We were starting with support, but I think it's because they only had 30 minutes planned, and we could play for an hour. So we would just play our set list and thing, and we might have not have practiced a lot of those songs like right away for it, but like the gig went off so well. There's a couple of punks in the audience that were just like that were really enjoying it, and yeah. I love Percys. Percys is one of those venues. It's got so much charm. It's basically for everyone. Percys is basically like an antiques showcase where everywhere you look, there's like either a gig poster off somewhere in the past or
vintage like Jack Daniels signs, alcohol, neon lights,
mannequins,
stained glass,
stuffed tigers,
airport seats. Airplane seats, with the train table thing.
A Sweeney Todd chair.
Everywhere where you look, there's a curiosity.
White
and
wheels.
Yeah, if you're traveling around, make sure you go and check that place out because it's a hell of a venue. We played Deeside, Pentrefest, Mucus. Oh, well, that's a big one for you, Dan. I know in particular.
First time ever playing with Footprints in the Custard. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've been following that band now for quite a few years, and it's just that was a dream come true playing with that band finally.
Yeah. I'm a fan of Footprints as well, but it pales in comparison with the super fan over here. It was you that got me into Footprints actually.
Yeah, that's it.
So that was a big one, and I was ill on that day.
They've got a new T-shirt coming out now, so that'll probably be my 8th or 9th Footprints shirt.
Yay! add to your massive collection of like 4,000 T-shirts.
Well, the first time I ever saw them, I was tempted because I only had 3 Footprint shirts at the time, and I managed to put one on normally and have one over one arm and then one over the other, and try to wear 3 T-shirts at once. So you had the Descent of Decency penis coming up the middle there, and Thomas the Wank Engine, and the cum slinger there. It was quite
cool. Nice. Mucus, Thrashatouille, yeah,
Thrashatouille, they were really good.
Fantastic, yeah. A Lullaby for a Unicorn as well, and they played some like absolutely fantastic sets. They were bringing the A in for this one. Like I remember the donuts, Thrashatouille with the donuts.
Of course it was Dan.
Yeah.
Right, so it was like I think it was that was the point where the things were picking up, in the audience, right? So I was like, I'm going to go for a piss now. I'm going to go for a piss, just so I can catch the song. At the end of the song, there'll be some banter, and I'll arrive just to start the next one. As soon as I get back, by the end of that song, Dan is already, on
the rubber donut being served across the crowd because just why not?
Yeah, and I was not in the least surprised. I was like, oh, of course it's fucking Dan. Yeah, so
Once me and my best friend Jack meet up, you can't separate us.
yeah, that was a good show. Lullaby for Unicorn again put on a hell of a show. That was the first time seeing them with the full range, the unicorn, the smoke machine,
Bukake,
the colouring book thing.
If I remember rightly, our set was pushed back by about 10 minutes or so because they had to clean up the whole venue after Lullaby for a Unicorn had just cleared the place of confetti and toilet roll.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Good job, guys.
But but that was fine. I think we took some songs up, but it made it a sharper set. I was feeling really ill that day as well, like sweating. I think there was that glandular fever thing that was
Going around
in where I was living. But anyways, I was sweating. I had sort of like feverish sort of symptoms. That was the most ill I think I've been on a gig. So I was saving all the energy for that show, and it was like, I think we did that show well. I think at some points it was pretty ferocious, but I was sweating so much. But yeah, and then meeting Footprints in the Custard, that was like one of the biggest highlights. I've got a picture. I'm probably going to edit in, when we were outside. That is, speaking to Ian, speaking to Russ. They put on a hell of a show as well. So I think that was the first time seeing them live for me. For me, I think it was.
No. Bloodstock 2016.
Oh yeah, no, New Blood stage. That was it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I got the Mankini out for the first time.
So many inflatable penises.
So many penises.
Seeing party metal. Party metal is like the most, like it is what it says on the tin. It's like it should be on every single pub playlist. Party metal. It should be everywhere. Seeing that live is always. They play Bouncy Bouncy as well. That's an endurance track. We could go on about tracks from Footprints in the Custard.
We could do that all day.
Yeah. Pentrefest, Deeside, then there was Manchester Grand Centre. The very day after.
Yeah, that was our first Badger gig as well, I think.
We were so hungover. And I was still recovering because of the thing, and look at the band here: Shrike, Antanamere, Bloodmoors, Mad Spanner, Fate of the Fallen, Syntheta, Autocracy, Daybreaker, God-Shaped Devil, I Saw the World Burn.
That was a hell of a
decent lineup.
Yeah.
It was the Manchester showcase.
It was really cool of Thrashatouille to come up because they'd obviously played with us on Pentre the day before, and then they came up to Manchester the next day to this gig as well.
Yeah, that was a chance.
And bought some merch.
Cool seeing them on the front barrier.
Yeah. It was like, oh, fancy seeing you guys here. We like, Wales the other day, No, like yesterday.
Yesterday we see you in Wales, now we're in the north.
But that was so efficiently run.
It was
everything.
very well ran. Yeah, very well.
Yeah, the bands before us, I think in Tanamere were
they were
by
really,
the time we arrived.
Yeah, they were really good bands.
They're playing with us this year in Mountain Masses.
Yeah, they're
of course.
Yeah, and Tanamere. So yeah, seeing them it was great. Where we're moving our stuff to the side of the stage and getting our merch ready and talking to the sound guy. It was Danny from Prognosis.
Oh yeah, Danny.
It took me fucking ages to get the connection. It was like, hello, hi, how's it going, Dan? We've got a really basic setup. No, it's easy. 1, 2, 3, got a DL box. No, it's all good. No, and then we were on the side of the stage with their band before us, so that must have been Bloodmoors, right?
Yeah,
that's them. Yeah.
The drummer. I remember me and you looking at that drummer, going like,
we were just like, wow.
Oh shit! Like those double bass pedal kicks and everything are like, we've got fun with that. it was insanely good, and I think in some ways, like again, it was one of the most perfect 30 minutes we've ever played, ever. Because we went up there and we just floored it, like from the off. We got people involved right from the get go, and then smashed it. It was like one of those where we went, we came, we played a fantastic set. We saw a load of merch, we met a load of people, and then
we feeling nice and happy.
And then we left feeling going like, fucking job done.
And then after playing, I was speaking to Danny from Prognosis for a little while, and he was like, hey man, he said, yeah, that was really up my street, and he bought a t-shirt. Thanks, Danny.
Oh yeah. Who'd wear it for his American tour, and I was like, oh, awesome, thanks, man. Prognosis, as it turns out. Go listen to Prognosis, fantastic band. Then there's a Preston the Ferret.
Oh yeah, Thrashatouille.
Thrashatouille again.
Oh yeah.
Thrashatouille emissaries of sin. Yeah.
It's that's a good one because the Ferret was a nice venue, but like those two bands I became friends with over more time. You know, Thrashatouille we've ended up playing with quite a bit, and emissaries of sin as well. You know, because they were going to be on the Hecate Enthroned one, but they pulled out. That's when I first heard their music. But seeing it live, man, that like you know, like I'm a huge fan of grindcore, and it's I love that there's like grindcore out there that's still taking it seriously as a socially conscious thing, while also being humble, and also I love that it's in the middle of fucking nowhere in Wales. And they come from that, it keeps it rude, but like they're so good, so talented. On the bass, the fastest fingers I've ever seen on a bass guitar. In case there was a jump cut just now, there was just lots of jokes about Parkinson's fingering. Check out Emissaries of Sin. The best fingers in the game.
Fastest fingers in the country.
Oh, right, okay, and then God, right. And then Thrashatouille, seeing them do a headline show was fantastic. Because it was the second time because they did the same thing for Pentrefest. With the waiters. On the side of the stage, during the McDonald's song, and then they'd be there all stoic and bodyguards.
Start the pit halfway through the song.
And through their second song, they just suddenly just get the inflatable and start going for it. That was fantastic. So that was good. That was the Ferret up north. Good to see Mark again as well. Mark,
Mark.
Part of the original process of starting the band together. The first guitarist, and then we left Aberystwyth. As he moved to Preston, and so that was nice to catch up. Then we went to the Hole in the Wall in Shrewsbury.
That was the album launch, wasn't it?
March the 29th. That was the album launch.
Yeah, there we go.
So all this time, what was that? So between when did we start? We had the whole album written at that by this year.
It was written. We started recording. Was it early January or end of January? We started.
It was end of January. We went to go to start. Oh, that takes me back because they.
Yes, that's right. Because we went to go and see Avatar the night before we went to go. And
that same night I'd just been in the hospital all day and we were going to go record the next day, and I spent all afternoon in the plaster room, and I came back with a fake cast. So of course I sent these two a picture of this plaster saying, guys, I'm so sorry, we're not going to be able to do the Footprints gig.
Recording.
And there was also a Footprints gig coming up. I'm pretty sure it was Footprints, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Was it not Footprints?
No,
Anyway, so I told them, but I think both of them pretty much had a meltdown, and then I had to phone up the producer and say, they'd say it was a practical joke. There was about 10 seconds of silence.
I got very pissed off.
Before he burst out laughing. It was hilarious.
I had a few drinks at this point, so I see that message and I was extremely pissed off at the idea. So I rang the recording studio and said, sorry, we can't do it, we'll have to cancel. Our drummer's gone and broken his fucking arm. Only to find out 2 minutes after I get off the phone to him that it is all a fucking joke.
Gotcha! Anyway, moving on.
So the album launch, it was such a stressful thing, I think, with that because with the album because we recorded it in a very kind of like amateur way. We might have overpaid for what we got. Some of the recording was like the vocal things, although I'm happy with the vocal thing, how it recorded, it was really up to the producer to do well with what we had, and I think he did a fantastic job. With what we got, the drum sounding stellar, the vocal harshness he mixed in a really, really good way. So in terms of like how it was recorded and mixed, I'm happy with the end result. But man, like the last part was that I thought it was cheap. It was cheaper to go with a French CD manufacturing company. So there's a lot of Google Translate and everything going back and forth and emails and stuff. And one of the things that hadn't been done was coding the stuff onto the, where the album information onto the CD, where's the stop starts and stuff. And, I had to get this crash course into coding overnight because it had to be done the next day to make this deadline kind of thing. And I remember being the most stressed out I've ever been, crying in stress, and actually just having this crash course into coding and just doing it the whole entire night and ending it going like, yes, it's ready. And then they got it and they're like, nope, that works. I'm like, yes. And then we had an album that was almost on time. We had this album launched on the March the 29th.
It was Thrashatouille again, Kidney Stones.
Kidney Stones opening. You had the Thrashatouille
and Vulgore.
Yeah, and Vulgore being so Kidney Stones are a local band. Go see their show. They'll always be interesting. Things always happen. And things did happen. Just basically just off the wall punk. They'll play out a tune. They don't give a shit. They'll just make a lot of noise and then call you a cunt and then leave. It's fantastic. Then Thrashatouille played.
Bringing it out again.
Yeah, they went off really well with the audience. That was that Fry Up cover. Word Up, right?
Word Up, right? Yeah.
And then smashing their face at the end, with the cake, and like the whole place was they had the place in the palm of their hand.
That was a nice cake.
Yeah, wasted. Like you guys want some, It's like
even made us cakes as well, little cupcakes, and gave us to us as a celebration.
That was lovely. I really appreciate that, guys. I ate that like 2 days later. My stomach was in knots from the nerves, right? And
I think that was also the first Hole in the Wall show where we set off the fire alarms just because of the sheer heat and intensity from the crowd and the heat from the sweat rising up into. So we set the alarms off and emptied the building.
That was a result, really.
Yeah. They were so hot in that room. You took your top off halfway through.
Yeah.
The mosh pit was so intense. It was so intense on that one. It's probably one of my favourite shows.
Interdimensional washing machine, literally.
Yeah. Great turnout, and everyone just going for it, and it gave ourselves permission to go absolutely bananas. The lights in there were extremely bright. We were sweating profusely, and the whole thing gets shut down from the fire alarm, which makes it eventful.
The timing was perfect. It was just through escaping to reality, so the timing of the fire alarm was perfect.
Yeah, during our last song in the set. So going from that, then there's the day afterwards.
Adore Me Attack.
Yeah,
Recall the Remains and Fall of Us.
Yeah.
Who are now the Nameless.
So I think we were still going with playing our album in full.
That's right. Yeah, we were. Yeah, we did. I think we did 4. Was it 4 shows of the album in full? I think 3 or 4, something like that.
Yeah. Definitely those two. At the very least, those two. And we playing that all. But it was also good to meet Adore Me Attack to see their show. Brian stage antics,
body slams and unbelievable.
The copious amounts of Brian Blessed.
Yeah, oh my God, all of Brian Blessed. Seeing Recall the Remains again. I think at this point we started to refine our 30 minutes in a big way where it's like yeah, Mad Spanner, bring them for an opener,
We are Mad Spanner.
Birmingham, Metal to the Masses, Hammer and Anvil.
Christ Grinder and Surge, I think that was.
Christ Grinder, fantastic band. I love that band.
Oh, really good,
fucking
awesome.
Brilliant. And you know what? Good on them getting to the final because they deserved it. I thought they were fantastic. Surge were great as well. It was sore a bit for a while. We left on the technicalities of playing a cover, and then they disqualified us on it without pointing to the fine print. Because I looked over that rule sheet over and over and over, and we'd never do a cover for for the final or something like that. But in hindsight, though, I think it was a good idea to not do a cover because you can't get really marked. You can't get marked on it. There's only the risk of us getting marked down on it, right? Mm-hmm. So I think in hindsight, it was probably a good lesson to have. To not play covers in competitions. Because maybe that wouldn't be fair on the other bands. Maybe the other bands, and also you're trying to represent your own material as well. I can get it. So yeah, it took us a bit to kind of like to really accept that result, basically, because if we just lost, out of the crowd vote or the thing, then that would have been fine. But because we lost on something that we could have prevented, oh, that was the sore point, I think, because we really, really would love to play Bloodstock one day, but to lose on the first one, we were like, on the technicality. Nevertheless, the people who turned up to support us, though, absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. All the people in Birmingham that came down, or people who came to travel, they were fucking awesome on that gig. And was it Charlie and Ray will listen, pit. And then people around them with their arms folded, not having it, like, no, go pit. Fantastic. Colwyn Bay.
Oh yeah, of course. It would say that was a gig that was put on by.
That was ran by Mark from Emissaries.
That's right. Yeah, made Emissaries and Sing guys.
The charity, I think. Yeah, that was right. A charity event, and it was.
And that was when Dead Retinas.
Great meeting that band. There was a couple of other bands. There was a hot rod. Sawbones and a hot rod band who hogged up so much stage time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They kind of fucked up the night with. Everyone's got like half an hour set or something. Maybe the Dead Retinas had more, but they played late.
Like 40 minutes off.
They played late, like they were like 10-15 minutes late on stage, getting their stuff together, and then they played for like more than half an hour, and then they just kept on saying one more, and they just kept, and then as soon as they finished, fucked off. That was like the worst etiquette for any band, by the way. Fuck you. Because other people might have places to be. Some people might have long drives. Maybe the last band of the night, the headline set, would have to cut down a load of songs that they've practiced for a long time for. There's no need for it. Jog on. I forgot the band's name, so fuck them. But yeah, other bands, Sawbones, I thought were great. It was one of their first gigs, I think. They were a new band, Proggy. Yeah. And then we played. I think it's the first time I ever climbed up on a cab. That was kind of exciting. Starting climbing on stuff where now everything is now 3D. Yeah, but that was a good challenge though, because the crowd were on the edge, weren't they? They're on the outside, kind of looking in.
It's a tough one, really.
What is this music? What is this music? Yeah. But slowly winning them over, I think was good. It's like was it Get Off Your Bastard Phone said, staying at home, with your hand down your pants, masturbating, and then he goes, oh, that's my wife. Well, this next song's about your wife. And slowly winning him over with the band, so I think that was really good, and left going like, yeah, that was a good show. That one. And then Dead Retinas had so much energy. I think because to see another band with that kind of like a hardcore punky kind of thing, riffing like Turbo Negro and kind of thing, and they were fun. They're a fantastic band. It's great seeing them in Manchester as well, where they're based. So yeah, good time over there. Good job to Mark for putting on that gig. Yorkshire House. That was with. May 21st. Who was that one with? It wasn't with. Oh, that one was with.
No, Crescent.
Crescent, that was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Who did a really good show on that one. There was a local band. I think they broke up by now. They went to university and everything But they brought people and they had pits going and. Yeah,
it was good fun.
It was good fun, yeah, and yeah. I thought that performance was really good. They had songs about conspiracy theories about the moon, and tourism on the moon, and great. But when we played, it was another crazy one. We had a meeting. What was it? A triangle?
Human pyramid.
We had a human pyramid. We had all kinds.
I had about 7 people on top of the pyramid. Is that right?
I think 9 people.
Was it 9 people
so far? Yeah.
The 10's the record.
Oh,
because
right.
you had 4, 7. Oh no, it's 7. Yeah, no, it's 9's the record. So 6, 7, 6 and a 3-person one. So there'll be 6 and then 7, but it didn't look like a pyramid. It
We
was
need a
half
really
pyramid.
high building venue so we make the biggest
That's
human pyramid ever.
That's
And you have 50 seconds or less to do it during our set.
But yeah, that was a really special one because that was, I think, coming back to the Yorkshire house. With the experience that we had at that point of playing to other places, and then we're coming back to the place where it just started in Shrewsbury. That was a good one because it shown how far we came at that point. Since playing with the drum machine, since our first gig, there, and then with Termite TV. And then at this one, that was like the next step way beyond where, we pulled in a crowd and they're all having the most ballistic time. And it's so hot in there.
Yeah.
And, in this small pub, and yeah, I think
It was quite cool at the end of it to have 2 biker dudes at the end come up and say, I remember when the Yorkshire House used to have music like that constantly. Come on,
Yeah,
keep coming back. We love your music.
It was a nice compliment.
Yeah. So I love playing in that place. I love, small compact areas where people are losing their shit is just like this is the best.
More personal gig, isn't it?
It's a local pub for local people. Are you local?
Manchester Rebellion. Yes. But it's probably the most the
That was the
greatest
highlight
gig.
gig of the year. For us,
Highlight gig so far. I'd still say for me anyway, it's still the top gig. Every time I think of gigs, it's always the first one I think of.
Yeah.
For me personally, I think the album launch because it was a little more personal, a bit more at home. A lot of all the friends and everything. This one is also like so close up there as one of the best gigs we've ever done.
This is what it was. Was it Nova Crow?
Let's walk. Raised by Owls. So let's walk it back. So so we got invited to play from our set in
After playing Pentrefest, Russ from Footbridge of the Custard gave me a message a few weeks later asking if we would like to open up their album launch. And I just pretty much, without hesitation, just went, yes. No hesitation, we're there.
Are we free? Yes.
Of course we are.
What's happening on that day? Yes.
I'm not working, we're free.
Leading up to it, we
Had an interesting car journey, if I remember. Quite an interesting car journey.
Yeah. Dan throws up all over himself, all over the car. So we had to change rapidly.
Just stop in the middle of the main road, and I'm there getting changed and trying to.
But to be fair to him, his aim was very, very good. He was able to catch most of it.
I was watching it spill between your fingers.
I turned around to Kate. Like, please get me. I could feel my body starting to shake and sweat starting to come out of my forehead. So I'm just like, Kate, grab a bag. Something's going to happen. Pass me a bag. So she passes me my cable bag, which has my pedal board inside. It's like, no, not that bag, a different bag. And then there's bits of pasta and bits just coming through my fingers, dripping down everywhere. It's all over my Footprints in the Custard t-shirt. So I have to change into a Mad Spanish shirt because that's all we had left. It's like all they had spare to wear.
That's why I'm self-promoting it.
That's why I'm self-promoting Mad Spanner. Otherwise, I'd never self-promote.
Yeah, wearing your own band shirt on stage is a bit wanky, isn't it?
Yeah. Little bit of shit. Yeah.
It's a bit. It's a little bit wanky.
But I had good reason for wearing it for that gig. But apart from that,
we arrived. So the day before, I meet John Badger and Russ. And I'm like a nervous wreck. This is for Ash and Crown, his gig in Birmingham, so I was just down there to
Ash and Crown, Frozen Shadows.
And Russ was with Frozen Shadows and Badger at that time in that lineup. Of course, so we're meeting the next day, and I'm just there just jabbering shit nonsense at them. I'm having a panic attack because in many ways, this like one of my heroes. One of the people I admire. From a performance standpoint, listening to Footprints of Customs all these years, and holy shit, right there, and I'm just jabbering I say the most embarrassing things. So, like for example, Russ says about, I'm good friends with Sam, from Raised by Owls. Watch Doctor Who, and I'm like, ha! That's such a Raised by Owls thing to do.
And then Russ was like, Mike, please say words.
No, he was incredibly polite. No, I went around. By the time we went to the Footprint show there, though, things were a lot more relaxed.
Yeah.
Which was really good. I was fearing in that car trip with all the vomit and the smell. And the smell that I would be a jabbering wreck again, but like everything was done so early. Everyone was so gracious. Everyone was like, because Footprints did a good job of inviting the bands, because it was a party atmosphere from the get go. Everyone was really happy to be there, really looking forward to the night.
We couldn't believe how many people were there, even just like for us. I mean, it was just like looking out onto the crowd. There was already about probably 200 people there just to come and see us open. It was just like, that's what everyone aspires to. It was just a fucking great night.
Yeah, I think something more humble. I think everyone was there to get in early for the Footprint show and never heard of us before.
Yeah.
And to have that many those pairs of eyeballs looking at you from the start. When I said come closer, and then everyone
there's a lot of people.
and then the people at the back of Rebellion came down the stairs, and it's like holy fucking shit.
There's a lot of people.
Right, yeah, and I think that was one of our best ever shows, because there's an audience who are on board from the get go, and it's like holding on to that, and getting the most energy on the stage. There's all this room to jump around on. Fantastic! I love Manchester. Holy shit!
Set the bar, Manchester. Let's keep it going.
Yeah,
Keep it going.
Yeah. So that was fantastic. And the best part is that then we had the rest of the night to enjoy ourselves.
Following on from Nova Crow, Raised by
Nova Crow. Now me and Ben missed Nova Crow.
I thoroughly enjoyed Nova Crow, and I sung along like a weird little choir boy when they did a cover of Tragedy. I thought it was hilarious.
That was so fun. Yeah, me and Ben were parking the car. Around Manchester, and then we had to go and find, so we missed them in Nova Crow. But then Raised by Owls. I fucking love Raised by Owls, grindcore, party grindcore. That was incredible. To be on a lineup with Raised by Owls and Footprints is just like holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
They were absolutely fantastic. Mosh pitting.
Mr. Blobby
Mr. Blobby versus the Pickle Weasel.
Yeah.
Cockfight. Yeah.
I gotta find that clip.
Still got all that footage on my phone.
Yeah. and then Footprints come out, and we were listening to their album all day anyway. In the car. But
the album came out, so we listened to it on the journey up, and so we're getting used to it.
I must have changed I must have changed t-shirts so many times that night, and you know what? Looking back, I can't even recall why. But it was
if you look back on the Raised by Owls video, Noel Edmonds Funhouse thingy, whatever it is, I can't remember the name now.
Haunted House Party.
That's it, Haunted House Party. You can actually see all of us there, and all of us, I think, do change shirts as the video goes on. You see us pitting throughout the video.
wow.
Yeah.
But you can see
me
wearing
the boy.
You can see me down the front at the beginning wearing the Mad Spanish shirt, and then later on I got the Raised by Owls shirt going around the pit, just going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Oh yeah. They played a lot of deep cuts on that one. Swallow or it's going in your eye. Yeah, don't be a cunt. Yeah. So there's a lot of new favourites on that one. So yeah. And then we went back, partied hard, and then the next day, royally hungover. So royally hungover. What was the word for it? I think there was the word for it. We went to McDonald's. And you're getting your food, and I got a cheeseburger.
Mike was absolutely obliterated. Like, I've never seen anyone so hungover in our life. In fact, go onto our page, and I'm pretty sure that the video's still there. Like, you will have an absolute whale of a time.
Yeah.
Trying to see Mike wake up, it's quite funny.
Yeah. I called it a screen burger because it's just something to hold over your mouth. as you know, the morning kind of. Oh yeah, I went straight into work as well.
Straight
Into the office, feeling like absolute death. Oh man, but that was like one of the best experiences I think ever.
Yeah.
That was certainly a high point in so many different ways. One of the best shows you've ever had. One of the best experiences being around such great bands. That many people. Party afterwards. The after party. Smoked a cigarette. I was pretty bad at that one. Yeah. Non-smoker smoking a cigarette again. Oh dear. Then we have got Manchester Rebellion, Hole in the Wall, Shrewsbury. The mutually assured destruct. Oh fuck, bull.
Lights.
That's all right.
Lights.
I like that the builders who have been outside near the gate over there. They've been looking up at us as we've been talking out a window. They wouldn't have seen that they wouldn't have seen the phone that's like being lodged in between it, right?
No.
So they're just talking out the window outside.
This is our view. This is what we see. This is what we're looking at.
So anyone looking up it must think, what an absolute bunch of fucking freaks. Which we are, in all fairness.
Yeah. To be fair. So the mutual assured destruction shows.
The mad shows.
The mad shows, yeah. So
that was great.
Now this was actually down to the fact that the Born to Lose, the Shrewsbury gigs that were put on. Well, Ashton Crown was going to headline it, and we wanted to support. But if that was the case, there was that lineup was looking really fucking heavy. So you had Grave Altar, you had Bloodchurch. So it was going to be like a black and death metal, extreme metal kind of thing. And because we've played quite a bit in Shrewsbury, we wanted to mix it up a little bit and try something
different.
Something different, not perfect, just to try something new, just for the sake of it. We dropped down a full tuning.
So we went down to drop C instead of drop D.
Yeah, we usually play in drop D, but drop C, and then we also did some makeup, which we tried at
We tried at the Pentrefest summer sessions, didn't we? With that, with Scarf, Thrashatouille, Midnight Prophecy, and Blood someone.
Bloodwork Salvation.
No, Blood Yard. And actually that one's not on this list that I'm referring to. The list of gigs on our website. Go check out our website. It's got all the things.
Apart from that one,
because we forgot to update it that one time. But the summer sessions was a fantastic. That felt like a good summer day out.
It was, and
that's
like just time out with friends really, because we'd played with every band on the bill apart from the top two, but it was. For us three opening bands, it was like a big reunion of Metal to Masses or previous Penta gigs or something.
And that's to again both Ian's Fozzy and Beanie. That's to their credit, for putting these on as well. Seeing Beth and Rick as well from Evermetal, which I think they're now
back in it now. Yeah, back in Evermetal. They're now running it. Nice one, guys.
So that was a fantastic show. So we blasted out of that one, and that went well. And then we refined it because our makeup was terrible on
it was
that
just quick slapstick. Just I got a spun.
Yeah, black and white was supposed to be sort of like this camo kind of like post-apocalyptic Mad Maxy kind of thing, but it just turned grey.
Yeah,
it just went all grey and
the sweat coming off us didn't help the mesh of black and white together.
Yeah, it just turned into this weird.
It was like something out of a Tim Burton film, but gone really, really bad.
Yeah, it just looked super low budget. But we actually got that refined thanks to Elspeth and a couple of others. So
and Charlie as well.
We had some proper black metal makeup. I'll find a picture. I'll put it in. But yeah, we looked like complete buffoons. It was fantastic, right? Because we're not taking a piss, right? Because like black metal, especially, is like one of our influences. We've got influences across the board, especially for Dan. Dan's really the black metal guy here. But I love black metal as well.
Same,
and we're trying to pay homage to our influences. We were definitely not taking the piss because Bloodchurch, you played before us. were
They were
unbelievable.
fucking unbelievable.
So like that
Chris's
pit was
vocal range
intense.
is fucking immense.
Yeah, and they put on an intense show, and then right at the very end, it's absolutely flawed. We were like, well, fuck, we've got to really bring it up. But luckily, we've got the Mutually Assured Destruction show. We're playing in a drop C tuning, but we're also playing the most ferocious as we can, as in what is it? No bands
No
between
bullshit,
songs,
no
no
banter,
bullshit,
just
no
straight
jokes.
full
We're just
on
going
fucking-
full in like a mental breakdown, just going rah. And it worked on that show because again, like the pits were absolutely insane. There's the heavier version of "I Didn't Kick Your Dog," and if you haven't heard it because you weren't at those shows, we changed it to "I Didn't Kill Your Dog,"
motherfucker.
which was an elongated slam version of it almost. And we had a circle pit going around there at a point where it's like, circle pit, I didn't kill your dog. This black metal riff comes in, and there's this massive circle pit in the thing, and it was like, holy shit. And at the speed as well. And then, absolutely fantastic show. And then I had to go and do my thing, but I did see I've seen the end of Ash and Crown, but again, like, it was the most I've seen that small room, the hot on the wall, be packed out of people, and and all of them headbanging and stuff. It was fucking beautiful. So that was a fantastic show. Road to Altfest, yes,
Ooh, Derby.
yeah,
Oh yeah, of course.
Derby. That was with Whitchurch,
yeah. Whitchurch,
Either Mountain,
Either Mountain,
Scython,
Scython,
and Lethal Gram.
yeah. Scython I really enjoyed, like technical thrash, and I think in some ways they should have been higher on the bill. I think that band are doing really good for on their second album, I think, and a third one full of new album covers. They're a great band. They're a great band. Go check them out. But
They need a bassist.
They need a
You're a
bassist. If you're a bassist up north, go check out that band. If you like your thrash, they're doing something very interesting in the genre. Go check that out. And then we played, and that was funny because things were running a bit early, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
Which was to our benefit.
So I think by the time the band before us finished, I think we were about 20 minutes early, even before like taking out changeover time and everything. So done our setup, and we were still a good 15-20 minutes before we were meant to start, and everything was set up. And then that's when we discovered that my kettle lead, the fuse had blown on my kettle lead, so I had no amp head, and no other kettle lead I had on me was working.
Yeah.
So
Yay.
ended up using a practice amp going through the cab. Had my pedal board going through that, so I could still get the sounds to it. And so throughout the whole show, I was just thinking, this sounds shit, this sounds horrible, this sounds shit, this sounds bad. Look back on the footage that we'd filmed from that gig, it was actually probably, again, one of the tightest sets we'd done from that.
And it sounded awesome.
Time.
Yeah, and it sounded awesome.
Really, really good. And
A credit to the sound guys over there, and to Chris as well. The Witch Stripper.
Oh yeah, trying to give us a helping hand.
Yeah. Oh, that was great because the 10 minutes beforehand, when you were like when you were stressing out over the that I'm just talking to the audience, just impromptu stand-up comedy. Just how was your festivals? What was the things that were like?
Yeah, because it was the week after Bloodstock, wasn't it, as well? Yeah.
Yeah, and by the time we got going, it's like we lost no momentum. We still got to play our full show because we were still 10 minutes early.
Yeah.
At that point. And then Witch Stripper played. Oh, it's fucking great to get that compliment from him afterwards. I think, what was it? It was a 30-40 minute show. I can't remember.
I think something like that, yeah.
But yeah, hearing Richie come back out with it, you still got it, lads. You still got it. Because they seen us. They were the first time we seen them was the semi-finals in Melts the Masses.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Which Stripper, wasn't it? Which Stripper? Which Stripper was it? Oh, that was the joke at the time.
Which Stripper.
Yeah, but I remember they liked our cover of Wisdom Comes.
Yeah.
But yeah, hearing that was great. It was yes, because they're one of the bands that influences us. They work really, really hard and gig everywhere, and they're humble, and it's they work hard. It's about the graft, and and about the music, and playing live. That band's an inspiration, and to see them still kick it. And they played a couple of good in-tunes in that one, some deep cuts on that show. Great band. Albert Shed Shrewsbury. No, that was the jam night.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, again, I love playing there because any opportunity where you get to play in front of people who don't necessarily like heavy metal music or anything, it's like a challenge to work them into the show. And by the time we got into Roots, and Wrong Shade and stuff, you had these geezers come down, right, and join the mosh pit and jump around and stuff, and it's like, holy shit, yeah, they get it, So that was fun to see. There was some people skanking to it, doing some
The whole swagger thing.
Yeah, doing some drum and bass dancing
Doing
to
some
it.
fucking freaky moves there, guys.
Yeah, it was great, because you could see people come across the pond, people coming from like these different kind of things, like how do I dance to this? How do I react to this music? And because like never seen like headbanging or anything like that, but to see people enjoy it in their own way was just absolutely fantastic. Wolverhampton with Pork, Insomniacs and Glass Towns. That was the one where the bass fucked up.
Shit,
Oh yeah, you had to borrow the bass from somebody, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, it just turns out it was just the lead, but yeah, that was a good one. Glass Towns were a fantastic opener. Insomniacs played some pop punk, but I was outside doing some stretching to really see their show. And by the time we played, I think we lost 10 minutes of our 30-minute set time, which is probably the most frantic we've ever done. This
Blast out as quick as possible, trying to get it as much as we can into those 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think one of the things we overheard afterwards is that they've seen us before, but that's the fastest I've ever spoke through like between songs,
Yeah.
going like, and just flying through all the songs, and I think we got away with a lot with those 20 minutes.
I think you actually tried telling the Pope joke, and then I think that the reaction was so vacant because you were like, blah, 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 and that's magic mushrooms.
No, I think we skipped the Pope joke on that one because we had to cut it short.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Ah.
We only had 20 minutes on that one.
Yeah, I think it was the drum machine bit where I was going like. Yeah, there's something like that. Yeah, and Pork were great. And then we went to the next gig. Uprising, Leicester. Oh my goodness, yeah. To be on a poster this far away from Napalm Death.
Literally just that far away from Napalm Death, like
Yeah.
an inch away on the poster. Like
Yeah.
it was really cool.
Yeah, if I ever met Napalm Death and go, we were on the same post, we were an inch away from you guys. We were an inch away. and then to see if they if they if they just be like, okay, restraining order.
No, it was cool.
Surely heard weirder things.
Also, that Friday we were on with was 13 Morty Viventi and Ward 16 on our day for that.
Yeah, Ward
Right,
16.
Ward 16. Christ, I apologise to you guys for having to put up with me till like 5 o'clock in the morning that night and my drunken shit.
Oh yeah, you stayed behind the bus.
I stayed for the weekend for Uprising, and that first night after Mike and Ben went home, I was just chilling with Dave and everyone from Ward 16. It was just I was an absolute state. I don't even remember leaving you guys. Like, good night. But no, it was cool. Like afterwards as well to chat with the guys from like Seven Hells and Christopher and Cloudy Day and
backstage,
and some other people like Anthony Jones from Midlands Metal Crusade or something like that.
Oh, I think it's from
Midlands Metal Mayhem. That's it. And then Paul Russell, which is meeting a lot of people from around the scene who are into the scene. Do a lot of whether it's reviews, photography, or type of things like that.
Yeah, everyone was there, kind of represent their thing.
The most common thing I said all weekend was, "Oh my god, I know you from Facebook." That's the most common heard thing the whole weekend.
Yeah, it was good. It was
Leave
good.
that shit.
I feel like in some ways I felt like we had to earn our spot on that one because the lineup was so good.
It was actually incredible.
And actually, and they were looking for an energetic opener. Something that'll engage the crowd or something. And I think we
definitely filled that bill.
But also there was like this. It was one of the most kind of like the performance of the things and the music. We got
Really
nail the park, and just like Rebellion, actually with the audience there, you still have to earn the audience, and go hell for leather. And yeah, that was one of the best shows again of that year. I think climbing up on all the things, and I did some pretty good jumps on that one. Getting on the landing and stuff. Oh.
Lights. Thank you.
Magic.
Moth to a
Absolute
flame.
magic. In
Hairy
September.
Yeah, Dudley.
The
In
old
Dudley.
I was with a Gutlocker, a Scottish, and Big Black Eye.
Big Black Eye opening it in their hometown. Yeah.
Thrashatouille.
They did really, really well.
Also, what's called it? See, Big Black Eye, really, really great guys, really, really nice guys. They're really, really tight. Go and check them out.
Answorth, yeah. The crossover, the drummer is in Drongos for Europe. Yeah.
Scarus are fucking insane. The Scarus was metal.
Yeah, Scarus. Oh, yeah. I think they played after us, didn't they?
They were after us.
I think that was one of the most energetic shows we've ever done. I think it was again down to a little bit of like peer pressure, or at least trying to the bands here are fantastic, and and the crowd here are kind of a bit in and out, outside. So you really got to work them. You really got to make them want to stay. So that was the motivation, and I think because it was in a corner of a pub where you have a crowd in front of you, but you've also got a crowd to the left of you as well. So that was quite fun because you could talk over and do lyrics over here, turn the microphone, and then do the same thing for the people watching over there, so that they're feeling involved as well. It was really fun as a frontman, so you could actually play a lot around with it. I left that one in such a haze. For me, that was one of my most favourite performances.
It was
It
brilliant.
was good fun. And sharing stage with Gutlocker as well, because those guys are just...
Gutlocker smashed it! Holy shit!
And their singer had the crowd from the get go. He was fucking on it.
Yeah, it was on their tour, wasn't it? And they're like on their third date. It's like third, it's on a year and a half,
And having the guys from Dudley Attack join them on stage as well and come on down early and catch us as well. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It was great night.
Yeah, so that brings us up onto speed. So that was 2018, now that was 2019 almost sort of, because we ended that in December.
We had a bit of a break and then we had 3 gigs in December, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, because that was the Life Absurd tour, which we're on now. So next time we're up, we'll probably be in the car on the way to Manchester, or on the way back from Manchester, where we'll talk about that, winding down our current tour.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Because is it a tour? I see, was it 3 gigs December, 4 gigs January, 4 gigs in so that'll be 11 shows. 11 shows in 3 months.
Yeah.
Is that a tour?
I'd still class it as a tour.
It's a lot of shows,
Yeah.
right? But I consider a tour to be you go from place to place to place to place to place, day off, go from place to place to place to place. In a van.
Yeah, but if you think about, say for
that's
example, in the summer, you got your festival tours. They're only playing weekends, aren't they? Because it's the festival shows.
Oh yeah, it's basically.
So it's like us, but we're still just doing the weekends.
Yeah.
So it's still kind
but then I see some bands out there that are calling like one show in January, one show in February, and one show in March, and they call that a spring tour or a winter tour or something. I'll be like, what? That's bullshit. That's not a tour. What?
Do it.
No. Okay, and on that note, it's been hello and goodbye from Mike. He's Ben.
I'm also known as Sarah Connor of the band. Yeah, just if that wasn't mentioned.
And it's good night from me, and it's good night from him.
I've been crouching. I really need to shit.
Okay, turn that shit.